right, Charlie, and we welcome you back to our NFL Live studio. Marv Albert with Will McDonough and Bill Parcells. Now, the big story on Week 1, the knee injury suffered by last year's NFL Most Valuable Player, the Eagles, Randall Cunningham. We'll get to that in just a moment. First, a look at the scoreboard at the Superdome in New Orleans. Bobby Hebert, a holdout all of last season, was booed when he first took the field, but led by Hebert in the second quarter. New Orleans with a 20-7 lead. Hebert's first regular season pass since '89 completed to Gil Fennedy for a 50-yard touchdown. And then in the second quarter, watch Dave Craig float one up, and it's picked off by Pat Swilling, and he goes 39 yards for the score. So New Orleans with a 20-7 lead on Seattle at halftime. Elsewhere at Arrowhead in Kansas City in the second quarter, Atlanta in front of KC 3-0. Bill, I recall that was your upset special of the day.
Well, I like the way Atlanta's defense is playing. They're disrupting the running game of Kansas City. A lot of minus plays created by Atlanta in the first half. Kansas City's going to have to get it going.
Albert Lewis did have a couple of first-half interceptions. Philadelphia and Green Bay in the second quarter. The Eagles with a 13-0 lead in Green Bay. And the big story there, Cunningham helped off the field, sprained left knee. They say ligaments took a hit from linebacker Bryce Pop. Cunningham is out. We don't have further word on the severity of the injury, but Jim McMahon has taken over. Now, what happens to the Eagles without Randall Cunningham?
Marv, I think more than any other player in the league, the loss of Cunningham affects the Eagles. The whole methodology of scoring around him, I just don't think they can do much without him.
And Jim McMahon is now inserted as number one. He did throw a touchdown pass.
The irony of that, Marv, is about 3 weeks ago, Randall Cunningham was critical of Jim McMahon. Said he didn't like it when they brought McMahon onto the team a year ago. Didn't like it when McMahon came in for him in the playoffs. Thought Don McPherson, the old Syracuse quarterback, should be the backup. Not only McPherson's already gone to Canada. He's playing up there. He's not even on the team. And now McMahon got to come in and bail him out not only today, but probably for the next 3 or 4 weeks.
And this is a game that also has seen Eagles tight end Keith Jackson and Green Bay nose tackle Matt Brock ejected for fighting. They're in the second quarter. The Eagles over Green Bay, 13-0. Cunningham sidelined by a knee injury. In the second quarter at Cleveland, Dallas in front of Bill Belichick's Cleveland Browns by the score of 20-7. Troy Aikman throwing for 2 touchdowns. And in the second quarter, the Jets in front of Tampa Bay by the score of 10-6 at Giants Stadium. Freeman McNeil, a 1-yard run, couple of field goals by Christie, and Pat Leahy, a 30-yard field goal. Now, when we return, we'll be joined by Bill Walsh as we focus on tomorrow night's Giants-49ers game at the Meadowlands. First, these words from your local station.
"1979, tripped over a camera cable, 4 stitches.
Oh, well, 1982, tripped over a sleeping teamster, 5 stitches.
Fearless, 1977, bumped into a boom mic, sucker hadn't gone down yet.
1977, actor Spitney.
James Garner and Man of the People, Robert Guillaume and Pacific Station, Sundays this fall on NBC.
From Channel 5, KSDK St. Louis, this is a News Channel 5 update.
Good afternoon, I'm Mathush Galindo. Police have arrested a St. Louis man for allegedly shooting a 14-year-old boy he caught tampering with his car. Officers booked him on charges of first-degree murder and armed criminal action. In Washington, D.C., hundreds of union members gathered for a steamy Labor Day rally. The Sea of Workers marched Constitution Avenue, protesting for more attention to domestic problems. We'll have more news in 1 hour right here on News Channel 5.
Harding, old money. Nice guy. Bogosian, pharmaceuticals, shoots in the low 80s. That's Vanderpool, oil, good backhand. Who's that? Turpin, gazillionaire. What's he like? He's smart.
Stop by a St. Louis area Lexus dealer and see how smart driving an LS400 can be.
Sunday nights, there's something eerie going on.
Welcome Welcome back to our NFL Live studio. Now, the most anticipated game of this opening weekend will take place at Giants Stadium in the New Jersey Meadowlands tomorrow night. A matchup of the defending Super Bowl champion Giants and the San Francisco 49ers, a rivalry that has developed into the most compelling in the NFL. Monday night, 1986, the Giants rallied from a 17-0 halftime deficit to defeat the 49ers 21-17 in what Joe Montana called one of his most disappointing defeats. Later that season, in the Meadowlands, the Giants destroyed the Niners 49-3 en route to a victory in Super Bowl 21. The game remembered for the brutal hit by Jim Burt delivered to Montana. A lighter side to this rivalry occurred during the strike of '87, where the 49ers tried everything, even the wishbone, which Bill Parcells found amusing, while Bill Walsh could only think, what can I do? The combination in 1988 was Montana to Jerry Rice, which the Giants discovered early that season. Montana hit Rice with a 78-yard game-winning touchdown with under a minute remaining. Montana had one of his best games against the Giants in a Monday night contest in '89 when he threw for 3 TDs. Last season saw one of the most physical meetings of this rivalry, which the Niners won 7-3. This defensive matchup also had its share of tension afterwards. In their last get-together, with the Niners leading late in the fourth quarter, Leonard Marshall nailed Montana from the blind side, knocking him out of the game. But the key turning point was this Roger Craig fumble in the final minutes. And the fumble led to Matt Barr hitting a 42-yard game-winning field goal. And from Buffalo, we are joined by the former head coach of the San Francisco 49ers.